Welcome back to Financial Market Insights for Traders. I'm your host, Sophia, and today we're going to tackle something that affects every trader at every level: emotions. More specifically, fear and greed. If you've ever caught yourself selling too early, buying too late, freezing mid trade, or spiraling after a loss, you already know the emotional game of trading is just as intense as anything on the charts. In this episode, we're going beyond strategy and setup. We're diving deep into the emotional psychology that derails even the most experienced traders. Because here's the truth: it's not just about your indicators, it's about your mindset. Let's start with fear. Fear wears many masks: fear of losing money, fear of missing out, fear of being wrong. It leads to hesitation, panic selling, holding on to losing positions, or missing profitable opportunities altogether. How many times have you watched a perfect setup slip away because you second guessed yourself? Or chased a trade you didn't plan for just because social media made it look like everyone else was cashing in? One of the biggest culprits here is FOMO, the fear of missing out. You scroll through your feed and see screenshots of someone making 300% on a coin you just ignored. You panic. You jump in too late. And now you're down. That wasn't trading. That was reacting. That was fear in disguise. There's also a subtler version: analysis paralysis. You spend hours scanning charts, watching videos, and refreshing your watch list, but you never click buy. You tell yourself you just need more confirmation, but deep down, you're scared. You're afraid of being wrong, of losing. So you stay in research mode and call it productivity. But really, it's another form of avoidance. On the flip side, we have greed. Greed looks like chasing huge wins, refusing to take profit, or revenge trading to make back a loss. You open a solid trade. It moves in your favor. You hit your target, but instead of closing, you get greedy. You hold on, hoping for more. The market reverses, and now you're back at break even or worse. That feeling? That sting? That's greed punishing your lack of discipline. Greed can also show up as overconfidence. Maybe you string together a few wins and suddenly think you found the holy grail. You start ignoring your risk management, increasing your position size, over leveraging. Then one bad trade wipes out all your gains, and then some. It's a crash that triggers, you guessed it, fear. Both fear and greed are natural. They're human. But the market doesn't reward humanity. It rewards consistency. And that's why you need systems that keep those emotions in check. Let's talk about how to do that. First, create a pre-trade checklist. This is your first line of defense. It turns emotional decisions into structured, intentional ones. Ask yourself, is this trade based on a setup I recognize? Have I defined my entry, stop loss, and take profit levels? Am I risking more than 2% of my account? Did I write down the rationale for this trade in my journal? If any answer is no, you don't trade. Period. Next, try meditating or using breathing exercises before you trade. I know it might sound soft, but it works. Even 5 minutes of focused breathing before a session can help center your focus and calm your nerves. One technique: box breathing. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold again for 4. Repeat. You'll be amazed how much clearer your thinking becomes. Another key tool: journaling. Every trade should be recorded, not just the numbers, your thoughts, emotions, and decision-making process. What did you feel when you entered? What were you thinking as the trade moved? Did you follow your plan? Over time, these notes reveal patterns. Maybe you always overtrade after a win. Maybe you hesitate after 2 losses. Your journal becomes your mirror. Now let's talk about the fear and greed index. It's a popular tool in crypto and stock circles. It tells you when the market is panicking or euphoric. Is it a trading signal? No, but it's a great temperature check. If everyone's scared, that could be a buying opportunity. If everyone's greedy, that's when you tighten your stops. Use it as context, not a call to action. One of the most powerful tools you have: risk management. Set hard rules. Never risk more than 2% on any single trade. Always use stop losses. Cap your daily loss limit. Once you've lost 5% in a session, step away. Limit your trades per day. Why? Because emotional fatigue is real. And the more decisions you make, the sloppier they get. Another game changer? Create a routine. A structured start to your trading day builds consistency. For example, 8 a.m., review the market. 8:30, check the economic calendar. 9 o'clock, finalize your watch list. 9:15, 5-minute meditation. 9:30, trade. This turns chaos into order, and order helps you stay focused. Also, learn to sit on your hands. When the market is messy or unclear, the best decision is often no trade at all. Patience is a skill. Let your edge come to you. Not every day is a trading day, but every undisciplined trade is a dent in your confidence. Why does all of this matter? Because trading isn't just technical, it's psychological. Disciplined traders aren't always right, but they're consistent. They follow their rules. They focus on the process, not just the outcome. That's where your edge lives. Think about poker. The best players don't play every hand. They fold constantly, but when they enter, they have an edge. They're not gambling, they're executing. Same with trading. Your edge is execution. Eventually, with repetition, you'll develop what every trader dreams of: emotional detachment. Not apathy, just control. You'll still feel fear and greed, but you won't act on them. That's power. That's professionalism. So here's your challenge this week. Try one thing from this episode. Start journaling. Try pre-trade breathing. Set a new risk limit. Even a small shift in your routine can lead to massive changes over time. If you're looking for a beginner-friendly place to trade while working on your mindset, check out crystalballmarkets.com. They've got the tools, resources, and support you need to grow. And if you're more of an audio learner, the Psychology of Investing podcast from Crystal Ball Markets is packed with real stories and mindset tips that go deep on this exact topic. All right, traders, that's it for today. We talked fear. We talked greed. We talked systems that help you stay in control. Because at the end of the day, you can't control the market, but you can control how you respond to it. And that makes all the difference. I'm Sophia, and this is Financial Market Insights for Traders. Talk soon.